I'm Blake from P&L Automotive, and today I'm going to explain the Auto Armor Protection Program. When we rust protect a vehicle, we're applying a rust inhibitor to all the inner panels of the vehicle using a pressure pot gun system and special wands that access these panels without drilling any holes. It's a light in color, thin in texture product that will not affect any of the mechanisms inside any of the panels. It gives a coating so none of the residue that runs down from the seals of the vehicle will start to rust from the inside out. We then apply an undercoating to the underside of the vehicle to protect the vehicle against any road debris, primarily a rust inhibitor, but also a sound deadener. That product is black in color, about nickel thick. It's going to protect the vehicle, also sound deaden the vehicle, which is another benefit to the customer. With that rust protection package, we give the customer a 10-year hole-through rust warranty. Drop 160,000 tons of salt on our roads per year. In Minnesota, there's an added need, a special need for rust protection. When we apply paint protection, the second step, we're applying 3 products to the vehicle. We're going to actually take the time to clean the paint before before we seal it. So we take a neutralizer chemical, and the neutralizer neutralizes the pH and acid rain. So we want to give the car a bath in this neutralizer chemical. In transport or sitting out on the lot, it may have gotten some rain on it or any kind of other pollutants. So we want to neutralize any of those chemicals. We'll then use a clay bar, and the clay bar is just a body shop clay bar, body shop safe clay bar. It's going to remove any excess pollutants as well, rail dust, hard deposits, any other things that have gotten onto the paint while it's been sitting around. And this clay bar just glides over the surface and pulls up any of those hard deposits. So to go over the surface, I want to make sure that I'm getting up all the excess pollutants on the paint before I apply a sealant. Pretty simple idea. You want to clean it before you seal it. So as we go over it with the clay bar, you can feel that it's gliding. You can see some of the stuff that's coming off on it, and it's just almost like silly putty, the consistency of the clay bar. I'm just going to roll over the surface, and when I feel it gliding over the paint, I know I've gotten up those pollutants, and I can prep it, get it ready for the actual application of the paint sealant. When we apply paint sealant, our paint sealant is a nanotechnology paint sealant. Nano just means tiny. So tiny molecules that are filling in those valleys of the paint. Years ago, they took the leads out of the paints. Paints are much more soft now and porous and susceptible to environmental damage. So we'll clean off that portion. So we've prepped the hood. Now we're ready for the application of the sealant. The paint sealant. A little bit on there. We use a low speed orbital buffer to apply our paint sealant. We don't want to use a spinning buffer because those are used to cure problems on used car paint. We don't want to affect this nice new paint on this vehicle. So this machine does not burn or swirl the paint. So we apply these steps to all portions of the painted surfaces of the vehicle, and obviously it's coming off nice and shiny. But today it's about protection. Protection against tree sap, bird droppings, mosquito etching, road salt, all the fun stuff Minnesota has to offer and beat up on our cars. So I can take this black spray paint, put a nice little coat down there on the hood. Burn it up a little bit there. Take a bottle of our Cleaner Renewer product. Now there's nothing magical about this product. It's the steps we took to protect the surface of the vehicle that are going to allow this to work.
That's why this one's $15.90.
So a liberal amount there on the hood. As you can see with ease, it's taking that paint off. Most wax is dissipated at 120 to 140 degrees. It's been tested that that fire right there was at 550 degrees and not going through our paint sealant. So that wax that's sitting on the car after 10 to 15 times it gets wet, or sitting outside in the sun at the park, 120, 140 degrees, that wax is no longer protecting the vehicle. Our paint sealant is a one-time application, 7-year warranty, repair or replace warranty against environmental damage. Lisa, you want to come up? Just take one of these gloves, glide your hand across the front of the hood, and tell me where you start to feel the difference. See how smooth that is? You can almost even hear it. You can hear it. That's a brand new car, obviously clean car on your show floor. What she feels over there are the peaks and valleys in the paint. And the glove here just kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? It kind of shows you can feel the roughness on that side with the glove. So if you guys all want to come up and feel it,
try it, you guys. You really
come on up. Just sensitizes your hand to the feeling of the, just be careful with my mic.
Yep. Left hand or right?
feel the difference? Huge.
You know, of all the products we sell, guys, obviously we'll leave this car so you can have customers touch it. But paint sealant, customers are taking a leap of faith as to what we're doing on the vehicle, and I really think with paint sealant, you need to describe the process that we go through to apply it. You know, for the last 5 minutes, what we've been talking about, we were trying to get a little wow factor with the fire and the paint, so you can see how well it works. But what's the benefit to your customer?
Protects their car.
Right. Resale.
I think there you go. I mean, I think investment is the resale value is